Welcome to Squared Circle Cinema, a discussion of feature films starring professional wrestlers. I'm Mike Big Tobacco Ryan, and I have the good fortune to be beside my friend and my colleague. He's the muffler, Ryan Bruckner. How are you doing today, Ryan?
I just want to say we're in the middle of donation week, so if y'all could just please, there's you get all this free programming every
all this
year.
free program. All we ask.
All we ask is just if you want to continue to listen to us make you laugh, just kick in a few bucks.
And look, we need it post haste, okay? Because we had to cut it down to a 5-day donation drive. Okay, we're only doing this for the next 4 days. So let's pick it up, people, okay? Do you want TED Talks? Huh? Do you want unfictional? Okay. Have you ever donated to NPR?
No.
Me neither.
I actually get mad whenever it's donation week.
I think about it. I mean, I listen to it every morning.
I don't. I listen to some of their podcasts. I listen to their NPR politics podcast.
Yeah.
And
I listen to Air Talk all the time.
Yeah.
But it's not like
Air Talk with Larry Mantle.
With 1-800-222-KABC.
But it's not, I just enjoy hearing those voices, like on the way to work, you know?
Yeah.
It's harmless.
It's what I listen to if, like, for some reason my phone died or something.
Well, yeah. But lately, I don't even want to waste the energy seeking something out on my phone, driving to work. I just put it on, and, there's just nice, peaceful voices talking.
Whatever
it's almost
you
like a
put on,
rainfall.
it's going to be good, unless it's a Prarie Home Companion.
Oh, I can't stand
that.
it.
Is so...
I have not one laugh out of me, man. Not one laugh.
Yeah.
And the guy, he whistles when he talks.
Yeah, I don't get
and
it.
then we're going to go to a song.
There's some things I don't get. That's one of them. The other one is Phish.
Yeah. Well,
P-H-I-S.
Prarie Home Companion's going, they're in a live studio audience every week. Who's going to this show? It sounds like there's like 50,000 people in that auditorium.
It's a bunch of 60-year-old nerds.
What are we? You don't get Phish?
I don't get Phish.
Yeah, I don't either. Great drummer. That Fishman guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
There's one really good Phish. What about the Billy Breathes? That's a great album. It opens up with that song that goes, free, free. I'm floating in the Brim-a-lot.
You're floating in the Brim-a-lot?
The seasons I forgot. Keep looking at me.
Okay,
in a minute I'll be free.
I didn't
and
like
we'll
that
be splashing
song.
in the sea.
I didn't like that song,
We'll
but
hear
when
a
you
tiny
do it,
cry,
I like it.
And I'll hear it in your eyes. It's coming back. Here's the refrain.
Not-
Free. It's okay.
No.
Sorry about that. Tonight we are discussing film number 14 of 4,759, Paradise Alley, starring Terry Funk. Take your pick, man. Whole other
Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase's in there. I didn't
Uli
see.
Fifita. Dory Funk Jr. Terry Funk. Don Leo Jonathan. Don Kernodle. Gene Knitsky.
Gene Knitsky.
Dick Murdoch. Bob Roop. Dennis Stamp. And Ray Stevens.
Right. And Big Glory, played by Lieutenant Decker in The Last Action Hero. Not a professional wrestler. Great actor, though.
Yeah.
Slater!
Paradise Alley is what they call my butthole, boys.
Hey! I don't get it.
Hey,
what do you
now.
mean? Oh, you're inviting your butthole for men to put their penises in it?
No. You are.
Oh, was I reading into it too much?
I don't know. Well, how are you
Close
feeling after
to paradise.
Royal Rumble?
Oh, no.
How's your chest?
Chest is fine. I healed up. Didn't really get all that drunk.
Yeah, I'm surprised how few things that we thought would happen didn't happen.
Our rules kind of backfired on us. We
Yeah,
didn't
I
have
know.
our first sip until like rule number 15.
Yeah, maybe
And by then I was fucking over it.
maybe
No, I
the key is to just getting broad with the rules and not specific.
I think so.
But I mean, we did have 20 things so that there would be more of a chance.
But the thing is,
you could have like 5 broad rules. The
thing we did mostly was the near elimination, and that was 6 squats while
that was
drinking
hard.
6 sips of beer.
Drinking
the squats
beer while
canceled out the sips. We were getting cardio. We were moving around. We got our heart rate up.
When I would finish those, I would feel kind of lightheaded and queasy.
Really?
Because I think I was like raising my
really weak core, and
I was raising my heart rate, but I was drinking an IPA through a straw while I was doing that. It's just kind of weird.
The highlight for me was when you took that shot of whiskey, you fucking pussy.
I'm a real pussy when it comes to taking shots of whiskey.
Do you ever get shots of whiskey like in public, like at a bar? Like where there's people watching you and you're just like, guys!
I'd rather get a shot of tequila because it'll come with a lime chaser.
Really?
So that kind of helps.
I like it. Like, I don't like...
I've gotten shots of whiskey with a beer chaser, and I'll just immediately chug the beer, and that, people don't see that I heaved it back into my mouth.
But you're a guy that loves horseradish. I mean, I like that kick, you know? Like, when you take a shot,
but that's
and then there's this... Of course, whiskey's like
going
a weird,
down my gullet. It's like, it's just, there's something that rejects it.
Burns.
Comes back up.
Okay.
So
you have a gag reflex.
I'd rather just get like some scotch or some bourbon.
Yeah, but
on
Ryan,
the rocks,
when you're sucking dick 24/7 and I'm filming, you don't gag at all.
Well, it's different. If the hot loads I was taking in were burning my throat and my stomach,
but instead it soothes and cools.
It's a coat.
It's menthol. It's like
a throat coat. Throat coat.
Throat coat.
Throat coat.
That's your gay porn name?
Yeah, throat coat.
Ryan.
No, I'm
and I'm here beside Ryan Throat Coat.
I'm Dusty Alvarado.
Yeah. I'm here with Dusty Throat Coat Alvarado. How are you today? It's porn talk. It's gay porn talk.
We got Mike calling in from Burbank.
Oh man, that I am sore. Oh God.
Oh boy. Do you know what I really liked about Royal Rumble that I've been seeing, like, running through my head and laughing to myself every time I think about it?
Yeah.
That umbrella spot with
good.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
It was really funny when they were twisting it, and he just had this crazy look in his eye like, ah!
Do you think that was Jericho's idea? That's something he would come up with.
I hope so. That was so funny.
Yeah.
And then when they tossed Gallagher and he was holding the umbrella.
Jericho fucking rules, man. Yeah, of course that was idea. He did that when he came back for that brief stint last year too with the Shield, right? When they had like briefly come back together, or it was Dean Ambrose or something like that. He was like setting up a feud. So we took him aside, like, if we're gonna do this, let's make it the most entertaining part of the show, right? You know?
When they had that thing where there were like brooms hanging off the cage and stuff. Are you talking about that?
No, it was a quick one-off at it was a tag team match.
Oh, okay.
Or no, it was a SummerSlam or something like that. But he had one match. It was a one-off, and he set up a feud with, I don't even remember who his partner was. I think it was Dean Ambrose for no reason.
Oh.
It just came out of nowhere. But it's like, you know, he
kind of
Dean Ambrose biffed him, you know, lost the match for him, and he's just like, "Fuck you, dude," and he like tripped him up. Potentially, and he didn't take.
Was that
tag.
his?
I think it was on a SummerSlam.
Was that his heel turn? Because he was a face
then he left.
for a while.
Then he was out of action.
Oh.
He was doing Fozzy, I think.
Oh, okay.
So he was out for like another 6 months. I could be completely wrong. I report.
Hey, I'm starting to feel like he's one of the best wrestlers of all time.
He's reached my top 5.
He's in the top 5 promos.
Is it a faux pas to talk pod on pod?
No.
It's my favorite podcast.
Yeah.
It's like the one host I go back to I can't do WTF consistently.
I kind of gave up on WTF.
Mark Maron, I'm just like, fuck you, dude. I don't want to hear you blow.
I just say I'm kind of bored of his
especially
guests.
in this current. Yeah. But you know, you're gonna get a great interview with Chris Jericho.
Was looking at all of these action figures. We're at his mom's house, and
we are on location.
I was thinking about what a spoiled little bitch you must have been when you were a kid.
Count how many toys we got here. These are all Kenner WWF action figures.
When toys close to 100.
Something.
No, maybe
Nah,
50.
it's
50.
at least 50. But at this time, like when the last generation of these Kenner dolls came out, I had every single one.
Got Brutus the Barber beefcake in my hand right now.
Dude, I got Giant Gonzalez in mine. Okay, he does the stompy thing with the arms. Texas Tornado, rest in peace. Here we go with the clothesline. A tornado clothesline. Goodbye, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Boom!
Did they ever make a Miss Elizabeth one?
No, not with
Could
the
have
Kenner
all
ones.
these guys running a train.
I don't think they had
Miss
any
Elizabeth.
managers at all. There wasn't a Bobby Heenan. There wasn't a Sensational Sherry.
What?
Yeah, no managers.
That would have completed the set for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what'd you think of this movie?
I'm on the fence, man. Like
Really?
with most things. Yeah, because I was digging it at first.
You were?
I was.
I thought
mean,
this movie
I
was a piece of dog shit. I
I-
think this is one of the worst movies
Hmm.
we've reviewed.
I disagree. I think
Okay,
it
well, what
totally
did- what
went
did
off
we
the rails at
review
the
again?
end. But I think Sylvester Stallone can write dialogue pretty well.
I think he
I thought
can't.
that the three
The
brothers.
dialogue was horrible.
I thought the three brothers were compelling characters and deep characters,
no.
and I like them together as a unit. And
No.
I like the climate. I like it being set in the 40s. You know,
Maybe. No, you know what? This is worse than Hell Comes to Frogtown. I'm declaring this the worst movie I've seen doing this podcast.
really.
Yeah, this movie sucks, man.
You seem like angry about it.
It's just like it was poorly written. It just like, what are the rules of the wrestling matches?
That's the biggest issue with me. The end is
Yeah.
a joke. It's a goddamn
There's-
joke. I almost felt like maybe there was some footage that was out of focus or something like that they couldn't use. So the thing is, though, I mean, kayfabe here is alive and well in the 40s, right? So professional wrestling
Is
as
real.
a sport is fake, like in the real world. Professional
Yeah.
wrestling, it's already been documented that, it's scripted.
It is?
In the 30s and 40s, yes.
It's wrestling's fake?
Oh, that's what you're doing. Are you serious?
I thought it was real.
Ryan? No.
I thought it was real.
No, you're fake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin damn near broke his neck. You're going to tell him that was
I'm
fake?
still convinced that my entire life is someone just having a fucking nightmare, and any moment they're going to wake up. And I'm creative enough to have created professional wrestling within this universe that just some stranger is dreaming about.
Oh. So
Oh,
this
but what
movie
are the
said
rules of professional wrestling? Like, so it is real,
there
right?
was no pin. There were
but
rounds.
There's rounds?
There
Like, do you
was
just
rounds.
get awarded points for every takedown?
Like, how did he win
There was
match?
a disqualification,
Okay.
and then the match continued.
I'm sure a lot of people haven't seen this movie, so maybe we should kind of give an overall plot description.
Yeah, professional wrestling in the United States until the 1920s was viewed as a legitimate sport. This view did not endure into the 30s as professional wrestling became identified with modern theatrics or admitted fakeness, kayfabe, moving away from being a showcase of true competition. So this is in the 30s already. So this movie, set in the 70s, takes place in the 40s. Everyone agrees that professional wrestling is fake. But
Yeah, no.
why do we care about? So they're enlisting, they're volunteering their brother to become a professional wrestler in a fake sport.
Well, it's not fake in this world.
That's why it doesn't work.
They should have made it fake.
They should
But
have
then
made it like
this was made in the 70s where there was still a lot of people that thought it
believed.
was real.
I bet. Do you think Sylvester Stallone thought wrestling was real in 1978, 1976, and that's why he wrote this movie? Why
I think
wasn't
he
it just
was
like
they're good showmen.
why weren't they just like bar fights? The movie would have been better.
Yeah.
You know.
Because this was a rough draft for Rocky.
Okay.
He was trying to get this movie made
Before
and
Rocky.
Before Rocky, he even turned this into a novel,
Yeah.
and it got rejected everywhere. And then he got frustrated and he wrote Rocky. This is a rough draft for Rocky. But basically, what this movie is, it's about three brothers in Hell's Kitchen, New York. One of them is a strong, oaf, simple guy,
Yes.
kind of modeled after Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
Yeah. Vic
but
is a simpleton.
kind of mixed with a little Brando in there too.
Yeah. A lot of brawn.
Yeah.
He's just lugging ice all day.
Big, strong guy. Then you got Armand Asante, was one of the brothers.
Lenny
He's
is a gimp.
Yeah, he
an
was in
undertaker.
World War II. He came back with a limp, and he's an undertaker. And then you got Cosmo, which is Sylvester Stallone, and he's just kind of like a con artist, grifter, street type of guy.
He's a failed businessman, a.k.a. a homeless beggar.
Yeah. And for some reason,
Look
he
at
has
There's a
an
monkey.
earring in one ear
And he has long hair.
and long hair.
And every
And
scene is, cut
he's
your
like-
hair. Cut your hair, Cosmo.
You could have been like me.
You could have had an
You
earring.
could have had long hair.
he actually says that.
You went to the war.
You're telling me he writes good dialogue? Every time him and Lenny got in the fight,
He's like, you tell me you're gonna get long hair?
No, but they were
I got
using,
the long
they were
hair.
using words that they would have used. It was
I
like,
got the long
some
hair.
scenes were just like Dick Tracy.
I got an earring.
Yeah.
What do you got?
It was emotional. What about
you
the
got
part?
a dead body.
What about the part where he's like, oh, you shouldn't do this to me. I'm too sensitive, you know? And he's like trying to fuck his brother's ex-wife?
I think that's like his old girlfriend.
Oh, old girlfriend. Still.
Yeah. The opening credits. Come on.
Yeah, with a
Those
good
are-
old-fashioned
They're just
alley
having
race.
a race.
an alley rooftop
Yeah, an
race.
alley rooftop race. What do you think of Stallone as an auteur? He's written and directed
I think he's
lots of movies. This is
brilliant.
the first movie he's directed.
I think he's brilliant. I think Rocky's one of the greatest stories ever told.
Yeah.
I think that Rocky character,
He has high.
I think
he
he-
has highs and a lot of lows.
A lot of
though.
lows,
A
but,
lot of lows.
you know, like those are fun. Like Demolition Man's incredible, but that's just him as an actor,
Yeah,
not
that's-
as an auteur.
Yeah, maybe he was a producer on that. I don't know.
If Rocky was the only thing he ever produced, then he's all right in my book.
Yeah,
Like that character before he reached fame, when you see him in his shit apartment, and there's just what a beautiful movie. This is the 70s, man, because you see his punching bag and there's knives stabbed into it, but we don't see him stab the knives. It's just part of the scenery, you know. It's part of the set. It's like fucking A, man. And then it almost like sparked a legacy where it's good for you to drink raw eggs. You know, that's what athletes do. It's like, no, he couldn't afford a fucking stove. So that's the only way he can get in protein in, man. He was broke. His kitchenette.
he could get a wicked case of salmonella.
Yeah. No, I would see anything. If he directed a movie today.
He
you know.
directed the
He didn't-
Expendables
No, he did.
and wrote them, I think.
I would like a more stripped down. I would like him to direct like a Peter Greenaway kind of film or a Ingmar Bergman kind of movie.
You
Just
got
a
long
man.
hair. The room is red.
Oh, look at the size. This is a man in a chair. He's just sitting in a chair. What do you think he's singing about? I don't know. It's art. That's art. That's the guy in the chair.
There's an Adrian type of character in this movie.
There's two Adrians. Wait,
Ad-
there's the hookah.
Adrian's the Asian girl that's like
Oh,
teaching
yeah.
him vocabulary.
No, it can't be Adrian because in that case, then
She's the Adrian.
she's not the Adrian because
She's
Vic
his
isn't the main character.
Vic's
Cosmo
not the main,
is the main character.
but he's the simple fighter, and that's what Rocky is. So Stallone
took Vic's character.
took Vic's character,
Wow.
and created Rocky.
Yeah, of
from
course.
him. And
But then this
and
movie came out 2 years later.
Cosmo and Lenny, you kind of put them together, and you get Paulie. I think Paulie.
Paulie's an alcoholic, though.
He's just like he's a flawed character, but you still kind of like him anyway.
Why?
And-
Why is Paulie a likable character? Because if you just isolate one scene that he's in, especially if he's on a drunk, right? He's violent. He's awful. He definitely beats his wife. You know? It's just an oaf. his
But
wife
he's
beater.
got. I mean, he's
But
complicated.
then, and the next morning, he's
you're
like,
everybody's
but
complicated.
then, no, that's the thing. And then the next morning, he's like, man, I'm sorry I said all that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mean that, Rock. You know, it's like, oh, God, I love
Yeah.
this guy. And he's loyal, for sure.
He stuck with him through all the sequels.
Yeah. He's like Don Quixote's friend. What was his name? Pancho? I'm Pancho, yes, I'm Pancho. I follow my master till. Did you know that this episode was going to be a musical? Huh? Everyone's talking about La La Land. I think musicals are coming back in a big fucking way. And by that, I mean in real life. I think people are just going to start singing and dancing just during a conversation, like at work. I notice it. People around work are singing a lot more. They're just
I
like,
sing a lot to
I just
myself.
tie it in your arms tonight. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, this tech's going to sing? I'm going to start singing at work too.
Okay, what are your go-to sing to yourself songs?
Well, first of all, I always whistle the Jurassic Park theme. I don't know what it is, but like at work all the time. And everyone's just like, shut the fuck up with the Jurassic Park theme. Oh, Mike's here. It depends. Like right now it's the Shins because I've been listening to a lot of Shins. But like yesterday I was just going like out loud, you know? And no one's saying anything. You know? So I was like, oh, yeah, he wants to sing. That's fine.
I have one of my ones that I sing to myself all the time is Lick It Up. Lick it up.
Yeah.
Lick it up.
Dude, I have those too.
Oh,
That's funny.
you know
Because
you want to.
I'll just be like, I have that in me too. I think we get that from our mothers. Because like I'll just be filling up water and I'll just go, it's raining men! Hallelujah! It's raining. And I just want to shout it out and sing
Lately, I've been doing the end of Jeremy.
Spoken! I think Ryan's gone crazy. Ryan, are you okay? Yeah, I'm just singing Pearl Jam.
I
thought you were
sing
having
it
a
to my
stroke.
dog, and he tries to make me stop. He just starts trying to lick my
Clearly
mouth.
I remember picking on the boy. Seems such a harmless little radio edit.
What did you think of Terry Funk as the villain?
I didn't recognize him.
He was beefy.
He was beefy, and it was like it looked like they shot it moments after he was stung by a bee. He was like swollen. I didn't recognize his face.
Yeah, he was. This was his first role. He
Yeah.
went on to
Completely.
act for over 30 years after that.
Yeah, yeah. But no, his
he
demeanor
looked different.
and yeah, his face, his whole persona just completely changed. I would
He
not have
hadn't
known.
had any Texas death matches and Japanese barbed wire matches.
But he
and
still
stuff.
looked old though. He didn't look like a guy.
He's
in
a
his
tough
20s.
guy. He's a tough,
Like you know how
weathered,
like,
rugged guy.
Leslie Nielsen always looked 65.
Yeah.
Even when he was 16 probably. What do you think of Terry Funk's acting?
Thought he was pretty good.
I did too. I think he's always good.
Yeah.
His
he's
best work is
pretty
Roadhouse.
good natural. He had a really good promo at the end where
Yeah.
he's like, "I'll rip your face off." Have you ever seen his I Quit match from WCW with Ric Flair? I think it was like 1990.
Not with Ric Flair, no.
Pretty good
I
match.
revisited a lot of his matches with Mick Foley.
Pretty good match. You should
but
watch
I've never
it.
seen that.
You should watch it.
Didn't he have like an empty arena match too, like in AWA or NWA or something?
I remember. I think he had an empty
With his
arena match
blood
with
feud
Mick
with
Foley in
No,
Japan.
but that was in Japan. No, this was
I don't know. I recommend that you go
this was like at the
find
Cow
that
Palace.
Ric Flair Terry Funk
I
I
will.
Quit match. They have the mic in each other's faces.
Say it!
A lot of really good crowd work.
How does it compare to the Bret Hart Bob Backlund I Quit match at WrestleMania 11?
where Bob Backlund didn't even say I quit.
Yeah, and the feed
He
cut
just
out.
went like,
Did they actually edit that match like on pay-per-view? Because I remember watching it and the feed just completely cut out.
no, they're probably just problems in the truck or something.
Yeah, but when you watch the pay-per-view on my recorded version of it on VHS, I used to record every single pay-per-view, and I had a pirate box, so I've seen them all. Seen them all. And now I got the network, so I can see them all too, whenever I want. Do you know that?
I did not know that.
What if this network came out when you were, 14?
The streaming quality would be terrible.
No, I'm just saying.
Remember just trying to watch like a 2-minute video back in like the early 2000s?
Oh my God, dude.
You'd
Like,
have to
all right.
sit there.
So I definitely want to masturbate. All right. So I'm just going to push.
Let me let
download.
this download for
Okay, make sure.
like 5 hours.
Quarantine
Come
the room.
back and check it later.
Just keep an eye on people. Wait, where are you going? You going to the library? No. Lee. I'm doing homework.
I need
Which I
everyone
kinda
to
was.
get out of here while I'm doing homework.
Okay, everybody.
Mike,
Fuck out! I'm trying to do homework in here.
Mike's been really applying himself at school.
Mike, you want any togos?
No!
Yeah. That's a moment that actually happened. I was that's the only story I have of like being caught masturbating. As I was going to town, knock, knock, knock. Mike, I'm going to Togo's. You want anything? Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that story at all.
Well, now your mom knows you were masturbating.
Oh, she doesn't listen to this anymore. It's a little too salty, the language.
What do you think about the animal cruelty in this movie?
What animal cruelty are you talking about?
They tied up that poor
Are you
monkey.
talking oh, there we go. That was terrible.
Why did he even want that monkey?
That
Like, why
monkey
was that?
did not
You're
need
saying
to be
this
there.
was well written. Why was that in there?
And he's like, "Hey, you want to buy a monkey?"
I need this monkey.
I'm saying it had potential. A guy and his monkey. It's beautiful right there. He had a little leash. He was a show monkey.
They
He was
made
trying to
a-
make money off the monkey, but then they completely
They
abandoned
already
it.
made Every Which Way But Loose.
That was
That's a man and his monkey. Or BJ and the Bear. Another one. You don't need to be mean to this monkey.
what's another one then? Harry and the Hendersons.
Dunstan checks in.
There's a lot of man with his monkey.
Ed. Remember Ed with Matt
Yeah.
LeBlanc, the baseball playing monkey?
Wow.
Isn't there one called like Monkey Business with Michelle Trachtenberg?
All right, stop. I've had enough.
Let's see what else we got.
You can't do anymore.
I mean, you got George of the Jungle. His friend was a monkey.
Gorillas in
Or
the
gorilla.
Mist.
Yeah,
That's a man and his monkey.
it's a woman and her monkeys, her gorillas.
Oh, Sigourney Weaver though. She has like 4 X chromosomes or Ys.
You don't find her attractive?
I do. Oh my God, are you kidding me? That last scene in Alien when she's wearing those undies
Yeah.
and going sleeping in that pod. Hell yeah.
Or like Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Yeah. I liked her in Ghostbusters more than Andy McDowell in Groundhog Day for sure. I was always like, Bill, you could do better, man.
Yeah, I never was
Feel.
into Andy McDowell either. But I think
Feel.
we talked about this when we watched Magic Mike XXL.
Oh, yeah,
Because
we
then
did.
I found her to be incredibly
That's
sexy
true.
in that.
And she was incredibly sexy. in
Yeah.
That was her sexiest role.
Yeah.
Hands down, man.
What do you think of the training scene when he decides to be Vic decides
Yeah.
to become a wrestler? He's like, you gotta heave rocks into
Yeah,
the water.
All he's doing is heaving shit into
it's
the
good for
river.
your shoulders.
Yeah, that was.
It's like maybe a real wrestler would practice wrestling.
well, that's the thing.
That might be a good idea.
Well, Cosmo was obviously a bad manager, and that's why his brother
That's why Lenny
Lenny
came in.
took over and,
And
then became
then-
a total heel.
Okay, so anything that could have been interesting about this movie, they decided to handle in the montage. There's like a 5-minute montage of just wrestling matches, and then you see Lenny going from the cautious brother that's looking out for
Yeah,
doesn't
this is
want
where
his,
all the story
brother to
should be.
all the story happens in a montage.
Absolutely. Which like here you have. See, I would still consider these to be deep characters because obviously now we see Lenny is flawed, but that is, that's your core right there. You want to see that interaction between the brother and how he becomes like this kind of quiet.
There's a double turn. The heel becomes the face.
Absolutely, yeah.
The face becomes a heel.
Exactly, and we don't get to see it. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, Sylvester Stallone's just like, no, I feel kind of bad that I'm making you wrestle for money, man. Like, we don't see why. There's no reason.
Okay.
Just to drop a hat.
Imagine if WrestleMania 13, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart have their famous submission match.
Yes.
And
Steve Austin gets
we
a
don't
shit
see
ton of color.
We don't see Steve Austin with his color. We don't see that sharpshooter. All that happens backstage. And then there's no footage, and they're like, we're told that Bret Hart put Steve Austin in the sharpshooter, and then Steve Austin passed out from the pain. That's what we're told.
Absolutely.
That's what they're telling us backstage.
We don't get to see Lenny gets back with his wife or ex-girlfriend or whatever, and then all of a sudden he's like, nah, I don't care for you anymore.
Yeah.
Why not? We don't get any scenes of their turmoil and his turn. It should have been over like a dinner scene. It's simple as that.
This is
like,
the first draft.
Really
of Rocky. This is like a guy like, I'm going to make a movie.
It really bothers me, when you eat like that. I don't like when you eat like that, honey. Huh? Lenny, what are you talking about, Lenny? I wish you weren't such a fucking horn around there. What's gotten into you today? And he starts drinking a little bit more.
I think that he wrote this movie and then he didn't like show it to anybody that he respected or trusted as far as like giving him some feedback, because there are so many flaws in this. And then he wrote another script and fixed it. He wrote like a perfect script.
So why did this movie?
This is just a rough
Why
draft.
did it need to get made then 2 years after Rocky?
Because he was probably he was trying to. This was his other script, and he was like, "All right, let's just do it."
I doubt he made money off of it.
He should have just not gone with it.
There's no way. I'm glad that I've seen this movie. There's no way in hell I would have watched it.
Yeah.
If it wasn't.
It was definitely in my Netflix list queue, whatever you'll call it, for a long time.
But you get to see
and then
like
they took it off of Netflix.
Oscar like Sylvester Stallone, where he's kind of a gangster. I like that character. I don't know. I think it's charming.
The movie Oscar?
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I heard it's terrible.
Oh, it's great.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like
there's a twist at the end. You know how much I love twists.
You love twists at the end.
I
want to see what the Rotten Tomatoes is.
I thought the
Oscar.
set. Go
ahead.
All right.
What about the set?
No. I want to listen to you type. Could you put the mic a little closer?
And tell me
I know.
what
I'm
you
sorry.
were gonna say.
What did you? I thought the sets were great. I liked the atmosphere of the wrestling ring. And I thought the final match, whatever the hell it was, with rounds, and I don't know I still don't know who the winner was. And then that last
win?
line was like, "Why'd you wait till the 22nd round if you're just gonna throw the fight?" Which I thought he won. He's like, "I was born on the 22nd, duh." Great dialogue, man.
I think like the disqualification or whatever.
The ref. There was no ref, so it wasn't even a sanctioned match. But first he was disqualified, Terry Funk, and then like the match continued, and then he won because of a back body drop.
Yeah.
There's no pins,
and for some reason it was raining indoors.
But no, I liked that.
Why was it?
It was a shitty hall. It was just a shitty rundown bar, so the water was coming through. So I thought that was cool.
Wouldn't there be electrical problems? All the lights.
Absolutely. But that was a cool stage. I thought it added to the drama with wrestling.
What if they just had it outside?
But it reminded me of PWG in a bar, though, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to experience that shit. I don't think we can do that anymore. At least not there at that American Legion Hall in Reseda.
Oscar, starring Sylvester Stallone, has a 13% Rotten Tomatoes.
Wait, who's this guy? I'm Oscar! Spoiler alert. Oscar returns at the end.
In the farcical spoof of 1930s gangster movies, a crime boss does his best to reform. Unfortunately, to do so, he must overcome a variety of professional and personal obstacles.
Oh, I thought you were going to say professional wrestlers. Are there any wrestlers in that movie? Because that would be great.
I don't think so.
Let's just be quiet and let's read the Oscar Wikipedia
Marissa Tomei
to ourselves.
Harry Shearer.
Let's see. Yeah, no, it's a great movie. Marissa, come on, you tell me you don't want to see Marissa Tomei getting all flustered? Oh, I thought he was gonna be over there.
No, I just want to hear you tell me about it.
We want to watch My Cousin Vinny. I was thinking, let's either watch that just tonight. Or
are there wrestlers in My Cousin Vinny? That'd be cool if there was.
No, I'm just saying, like, just me and you brawling out tonight, dude. Have a couple beers, Churro on some Vin. No. Or I got some screeners too.
Oh, yeah?
Witch,
Saw it.
The Vitch, and Moonlight.
Saw that, too.
What'd you think?
The Witch is okay. Moonlight is one of the best movies I saw last year.
And moving on. All right. Well, let's see here.
Okay, what about the
what about
scene?
Big Glory's suicide scene?
Yeah, I was
What
going
the
to say.
fuck was that?
The first,
What's the tone there?
Let's start with the Christmas wine and that truck.
Yeah.
They
One
just,
bottle of wine, mind you.
They just drive a truck through, destroy tons of property.
A lot of property damage.
And then they're
driving into a bar.
Yeah, and then it's like no big deal.
Oh, what a couple oafs.
And then Big Glory's like, I'm not in a bad mood, so I guess I should kill myself.
Why are you going to kill yourself, Big Glory? Because I'm happy.
Yeah, and then he just jumps in the water.
Yeah, but first he hits like a bunch of trash. and then it becomes kind of silly and we think it's a joke, because he fell on a trash heap. And then it's like, no, I'm really going to do this. And then he jumps. And then the sad music hits. But it's like it's almost like a comedic scene. But then ultimately, so he does kill himself?
And then
I don't know how to feel.
But Cosmo's just kind of like, all right.
You could swim, right?
And then he just leaves.
Because he did just kind of just jump into the water.
I mean, he could have jumped in after him and tried to save him. But you don't get any of that.
No.
You're just like, oh, he jumped in the water. Okay.
Well, whatever happens,
All right.
happens. Because he asked him not to intervene. I think he was just being a drama queen. I like that character, though. I picture Big Glory, who lived in the basement of that bar that he wrestled at. I just picture him just sitting in a corner doing nothing all day long.
If
and
I
that's
had a gun to my head right now, and I said, Mike, I'm going to fucking kill myself, don't intervene.
I wouldn't believe you. I'd be like,
and then I killed myself.
In this room? Dude, we're at my mom's, dude. We're in location, all right? I got to spritz orchids and feed cats.
Yeah, but how would you explain that to people? He said he was going to kill himself. He told me not to intervene, and then he killed himself.
I thought it was a rib.
Just a goof.
Did you say anything? No, I just kind of let the scene play in front of me.
I don't know what to do.
Well, you can't ask me that question. I would never. I wouldn't believe it.
Let somebody kill themselves.
I would think you were acting. I wouldn't think it was real. I wouldn't freak out and be like, "Dude, give me the gun, man! What are you crazy?" Because I'd be like, "Oh man, that's funny. What's gonna happen? It's gonna be like the Steve Austin, Vince McMahon, bang, and then I'm gonna pee my pants or something like that." I wouldn't believe it. Now, if it led to this moment where your wife finally leaves you, which is let's face it,
inevitable.
Yeah. Something happens with Dusty, like some idiot comes over and lets him out and he gets hit by a car or something like that. Like these awful scenarios build up. That was me, by the way. Over and over and over, and then you got a gun and be like, Ryan, dude, good call. Your life sucks. Okay. Could you imagine seeing that? Well, you wouldn't put me in that position. You would never, this scenario would never happen.
Yeah,
you wouldn't do that to me. If you were going to kill yourself, you would do it in your car with dignity.
I'm just trying to say that if somebody was going to kill themselves in front of you, you should try to intervene.
Absolutely. Well, if it was like that, I would have been like, "Come on, Big Glory, get up."
Here, let me put this.
But he just walks away, so that could be considered murder.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I don't know the terminology. Neglected homicide.
Yeah, I think he could probably at least have to do some community service or something.
Well, he's doing community service. He's a mall Santa at Macy's. And what about those scenes? It happened multiple times where a homeless guy approached him for money and he just clocks him over the head.
Yeah, what the hell?
Get out of here! Like he hit him with a trash can lid. He hit him with a mall Santa sack.
Yeah, why was that in the movie? The monkey.
The conversations between the brothers, and now I can't really quote any of the lines, but it was fluid to me. I thought
to me it was like
I wasn't repulsed by it like you were.
It just was nothing. I didn't have any connection to any of these characters. I thought it was like some sort of
I don't know,
idiot
man.
wrote this script.
If you you just watch a 5-minute scene in the first 45 minutes of that movie,
They
you're
already
like-
lost me in the opening credits with that
and then it's like
stupid
multiple choice. Is
Frank
this
Stallone song while they're racing each other?
too hard?
Frank
too
Stallone's
close?
all over this movie.
Man, why does he have to sound so much like his brother?
Yeah.
It totally freaks me out. Does he has albums, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you can just go
He
buy
has,
a
like,
Frank Stallone album.
He has this one song from Staying Alive, another
Uh,
directed movie by Sylvester Stallone. That's like, this is the end. Da, 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 da.
It's the end of glory. It's the beginning of not glory. Sorry.
Well, let's take it home. So let's see. There are not a lot of fun facts. I already told you that he wrote this before Rocky, and then didn't get made, and then he wrote Rocky. This was Terry Funk's first role, Tom Waits' acting debut, and then Stallone said it should not have been made at that time, and probably not with me acting in it. That's how he feels about the movie.
When did he say that quote?
He said it in an interview with Roger Ebert, like sometime in the 80s.
So Roger Ebert was like, okay, what the fuck's Paradise Alley all about?
Probably.
All right. He would ask the hard-hitting asshole questions. God.
Yeah.
The world was a better place with Roger Ebert.
Did you ever see that Roger Ebert Life Itself?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
It was spectacular. And I love just seeing him and Siskel just bickering.
Yeah.
Like between
taking it personally.
Between takes. So it's like, yeah, fuck you, dude. All right. And we're back. Okay. Like they hated each other.
You liked Cop and a Half, you son of a bitch.
I give this movie, okay, I'm gonna jump the gun here. Unless you have any more fun facts.
I give it 0.25.
By the way, you're just saying facts.
stars.
They're not very fun. I'm gonna go 0.2. Whirly? Okay, so we have our first front runner in the 2017 Halls of Fame and Shame. Paradise Alley, starring Terry Funk and Ted DiBiase. Where was Ted DiBiase? Just in the montage? I didn't see him. I didn't notice him.
He got like 40 wins during that montage.
Yeah, so he was just one of the hip tosses.
Yeah.
It was just a
I
showcase.
mean, they needed people to take bumps.
It was just a showcase. That montage was a showcase of the rudiments of professional wrestling.
Yeah. Just needed guys to take solid bumps.
I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10 ballroom bar fight glass shatters of broken dreams and pint glasses.
Well, have a nice week, you egg-sucking dogs.
This is for all the little stingers.